Slope of a line. We are giving this equation for slope of a line. It's a little m. It means we have two order pairs. We have x subscript 1, y subscript 1, order pair 1, and then order pair 2. It's going to be the change in y's divided by the change in x. So I'm going to take the second order pair minus the first order pair. See the order, got to be consistent. Again, change in the y, change in the vertical versus the change in the horizontal. It's going to be rise over run. The denominator cannot be 0. If it gives me 0 here, this is an undefined slope. That means we're going to end up with a vertical line for a slope. And think about it this way, a wall. You cannot put something on wall and leave it without some kind of force or friction or something to hold it there, right? Like you cannot walk up to the wall and stand on it straight out without something helping you to be there. So a vertical slope is an undefined slope. However, if the line rises left to right, we're going to have a positive slope. If the line decreases left to right, we're going to have a negative slope. If the line is horizontal, that means my y values here equals 0. Then I have a horizontal slope. The slope is 0. Okay. So let's solve this first one. It says find the slope of the line and sketch. So we're given these two order pairs. So I'm going to call this order pair 1, order pair 2. And let's plug it in our equation. So y2 is 4 minus y1, which is a -2. So be careful, guys. You got minus that -2, okay? X2 is 3 minus my x1. If you notice the numbers that are negative, I put them in parentheses just because I want to make sure I do it right. Negative times negative is positive. So I got 4 plus 2 over negative times negative is positive. 3 plus 3. So I got 6 over 6. It equals 1, right? Well, we're going to graph this. I can plot these points and figure the slope out this way. However, we're going to do this the right way. We need to figure out what is the y-intercept. All right. Well, if I take y equals mx plus b, this is my slope intercept form. M is my slope. Of course, we know what x and y is. It's our order pair that's running through those points somewhere. And b is my y-intercept. So I'm just going to pick one of these order pairs. I'm going to pick the first one. So y is -2, x is -3. And I know what my slope is. It's 1. Let's solve for b. 1 times -3. Let's b. Let's add the 3 to both sides because I want b by itself. So -2 plus 3 is 1. So now I know my y-intercept, right? It's 0, 1. So let's go plot it. 0, 1. From here, we're going to plot our slope. Well, our slope is rise over run, which is my y over x, and I got 1 over 1, which is just 1, but to graph it we need the 1 over 1, but our final answer needs to just look like 1. Always simplify. So it says we're going to go, since it's positive, I want to make a little side note here, guys. If the slope is negative, what I want to do is go down the number of y's and to the right the number of x's. If the slope is positive, I want to go up the number of y's and to the right number of x's. There's another way to do it, but it gets a little more complicated. This is going to be the most consistent way. Since this is a positive, I'm going to go up 1, and then the x value on bottom is 1. I'm going to go over 1. You can keep going up and over, up and over, up and over, and you end up getting your line all the way out. However, we just need 2 order pairs to graph that line, so we're good. Let's solve this next one. It says find the slope of the line. We're given 2 order pairs again. So let's solve for it. My y1, excuse me, it might help you if you write it out. Sometimes it helps. I get a little tongue tied here. I got my y2, which is a -3, minus my y1, which is 3, divided by my x2, which is 2, minus my x1, which is 1. So I got -3 minus 3 is -6. I got negative times negative is positive. 2 plus 1 is 3. So my slope here is -2. That's my answer. I'm going to graph it though as -2 over 1 because the whole number is seen to over 1. Let's come over here and let's solve, and we're going to use for the x or the y-intercept, and I'm going to use the first order pair. 3 for my y. I got -2 for my slope and -1 for my x. Negative times negative gives me a +2 here. Just going to clean it up. Let's subtract the 2 from both sides. What happens? We got b is equal to 1 again, so it's 0, 1 for my y-intercept. Let's plot that. Now my slope is negative, so I'm going to apply the negative sign to the y value. I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 1. So we're going to go 1, 2, to the right 1, boom. And then we got our line. Let's look at example 5. We have y2 minus y1, so y2 is -3 minus my y1, which is a -3, divided by my x2, which is 3 minus my x1. So this negative times negative is a positive. So what I get, -3 plus 3, what happens? This gives me 0. This down here ends up giving me 5. Well, we're not worried about that now. The numerator is 0. So since the numerator is 0, I'm going to have a horizontal slope, and my slope is going to be 0. Now, if the denominator was 0, then it'd be undefined. It would be vertical. So what does that tell me? If my slope is 0 and I got this horizontal line, remember, it tells me my y is not changing, which we could see that here, couldn't we? So that means where y is -3 is where my horizontal line goes. Try to draw a straight line. I would encourage you to use a paper and pencil and a ruler, and this will help you. There's more than one way to plot these. I mean, we could have plotted and saw that it was horizontal. All right. So now let's solve another set order pair. We got slope is equal to, again, we're solving for the slope of the line, right? We have my y2, which is -2, minus my y1, which is 4, all divided by my x2, which is -2, minus my x1, which is -2. What happens? These negative times these negatives gives me -2 plus 2. That gives me 0. So I got a vertical line. I could stop there. Or you could have said, hey, I noticed that the x's didn't change. I got a vertical line. That means that where x is -2, it's going to look like this. My slope is undefined. So sometimes this will help just to notice that.